These drafts both feel fairly even to me. I still don't after this. So tons of great Dota on tonight for the SEA region. Sam H. Bat, Tim's Dark Willow, Armel on the Tiny, Kuko on the Rubik, Raven on the Jug. Some nice dynamic heroes this game. Nobody's really on nobody's on Viper. You know, Dragon Knight may be the most boring hero that we've got in this game. So, and even then, Abed's surely gonna make some plays. Both teams smoking out, it looks like, trying to get some wards down early. Fnatic are relatively fond of this ward, so Kuku already popping down a sentry, though DJ's opted to put the ward a little bit higher up on the cliff. They're going on Tim's. He's actually in a little bit of trouble. Getting ticked down. Envy with another lance soon, but Tim's gets up the cliff. And looks like he'll be okay. Does have double mango, so might not even need to go back to base. Did he get a ward down? Looks like he wanted to, but got scared off. Probably would have liked to have blocked the small camp if he could have got there without being spotted, but instead. Interesting that they're choosing to put the Dark Willow down here in the off lane and just leaving the two heroes for TNT to try and contest this. Who's going to grab the bounty? Looks like it might be Raven. Yeah, they get the lift up onto DJ. He's going to have another burst strike in a couple of seconds. The Raven's in trouble. He's getting body blocked. This could be your first blood here for Fnatic. Raven doesn't have anywhere to go. One more touch is going to do it. I said the universe needed to have a good start, and what better start could you have than grabbing that first blood? Immediately pops the clarity, and well, Raven does TP in, but that does not bode well for TNC. Tim's is running around up here, but he is being scouted all the while by this Radiant Ob, so we'll be able to come over here and de-ward it quickly, but yeah, Fnatic. This dual lane is scary. Not a whole lot of teams believing in the Darkseer at the moment. Pylai doing a bit of zoning onto Sam H. They know that Envy doesn't have Doppelganger, he's got the Lance, so I'm just gonna stick up Pylai, and he is gonna TP right on over to the tower. He's gonna be A-okay. One of the nice things about Warlock, doesn't really need to hold up his TP to help anybody here. Just need to let those sticky stacks reset, though. He actually wanted to get to the side shop to grab his stick, so alright. They're gonna have some more sustain with the Shadow Word. I think this lane will actually go okay. Mid lane, this is a boring matchup. Let's just keep eyes top. See what DJ and Universe are getting up to. DJ actually dodging experience so that Universe can get that level 3 Ion Shell, just that little bit, level 2 Ion Shell at level 3, just that little bit more quickly. And also looking to run a side pull now. Is he going to get it? Kuku wants to try and steal the aggro. No, but looks like they've got it successfully, and they're going to surge DJ forward. Lift back onto the low ground. That's the end of that. And Kuku does still manage to aggro a good chunk of the wave. So not too much of it going to get dragged over into that creep camp. Armel does have 2 points up in the tree grab, so looks like that's his decision in terms of how to play this lane up against the Dragon Knight. I don't know if he'll go for more than 2 points. Most of the Tiny that we've seen Fnatic run has been on the safe lane. Yeah, Kuku knows that he's in big trouble. DJ getting surge forward on top of him, still hanging on to this Burrow Strike. Burrows through now, Universe kind of closing the gap. And Kuku just going to go for the TP. I'd actually just TP into 2-2. So we got some position 5 heroes being pressured. We got a couple of annoying dual lanes, but Raven farming much better than Envy, given the pressure. This Sam H. Batrider is such a nuisance. Fnatic probably, I don't know if they're regretting not banning it. They probably knew what they were doing. But Sam H with this kind of a start. He's only got 4 CS. They're shutting down Envy's farm, but he's not really farming very much himself. Another Burrow Strike up top. Kuku gets the lift back. Lifts him forward into the tower, though, and they're going to keep the Ion Shell on top of him. He was hoping that Raven might be able to find some kind of a turnaround. But that's just Universe picking up another kill. And then scooching back. He's already got his Soul Ring. We've seen Darkseer in the offlane kind of struggle to get started a little bit, but with all this help from DJ, doing just fine. So I guess the question now becomes, is it worth it to let Universe get all of the farm that he's getting if you're shutting down Envy? It's hard to say. I know Fnatic do also have kind of a secondary carry in the Dragon Knight to fall back on. A little bit weaker in the carry department since he lost the combination attack speed plus damage talents, but still certainly good. TNC getting some little side pulls here. And they are getting lots of levels on this Dark Willow. That's the other consequence of running this dual lane. It's been already used by Raven. Fnatic, this might be a little bit of a dive too far. They just want to put some pressure on him. We're not quite up to Shrine time just yet. Mid lane is neck and neck, 20 and 5 against 20 and 2. Why am I even looking at this? This is... So long as the supports aren't rotating, that lane's not going to be anything interesting. Pilot Eye getting stunned up, but it's only one stack of Sticky, and Sam H is low on mana, so... Not willing to go for that dive, and just goes and grabs the bounty runes for himself. Really feeling the squeeze in this lane. Universe is just going to be going for a Dominator. Pretty standard build. Abe with DD. Has a little play around with Armel, but they're just going to go back to hitting creeps. And that's kind of what everybody is doing so far in this early game. Cuckoo doing his best to run some pulls. DJ going to get surged forward once again. But I'm not going to go for anything. Cuckoo just trying to cancel some clarities, get a little bit more value harassment in. They're going to force the doppelganger here, or just going to let it pop. Envy knows that he's got heals. Actually going back in now. I've been taking more damage, but does have 3 points in the Breathe Fire. Looks like he's not anticipating that there's going to be any kind of successful rotation to kill this Tiny anytime soon. And I think that's probably right. Even if they bring the Warlock and the Sand King, I think he probably survives. This guy's just so goddamn tanky. 1400 HP.
Mine, yeah.
Raven's still farming nicely, given the laning situation. We now have Sam H a little bit ahead of Envy in terms of CS. This lane getting pushed in constantly. It feels like Envy's not really at risk of dying, but he's also just under so much pressure. And now Tims is going to head over towards the mid lane. I think they would need a toss back to get this kill on the Dragon Knight, but they could also get a lift to drag him away. Pilot Eye coming in here. They try for the toss back. It's not going to be successful. The Bond's doing a little bit of damage. Cuckoo also going to come in and say hello since he's already TP'd in. It's like nothing really going to end up happening. There's Tim's popping down a ward, and Abed finds himself a lucky regen rune. So who does the static laning stage benefit? Raven has spin, doesn't want to use it. First strike going to be coming off cooldown relatively soon. The Hellbear Smash is still giving chase. TP now comes in from Tim, so looking over towards Universe, but he is a very difficult kill. And DJ's actually still just diving. They've got the clap. Can they just burn him down with the Ion Shell? Tim's is trapped. He pops the wand charges. Had a fairly stacked wand. It looks like DJ might actually be the one in trouble. He couldn't click on Tim's to check how many charges he had. Might still end up dying to the Hellbear Smasher, though. There's one more Thunderclap. Tim's is dead. Oh, still juking, still juking. No, Universe micros it out. Doesn't even need to move his hero. He will end up turning it into a 1-for-1. I don't know if he got the experience for that kill. He did. Oh yeah, of course. Because he was the only one there. And he got the last two. Dragon Tail just to get the deny. Alright. Abed making the cutesy plays. TJ rotating around. Looking for another dive on this tower. Pilot Eye also up here. Raven does have the level 6. A little bit low on the mana for both the Omni Slash and the Blade Fury, but he does have the wand. More harass onto Armel. Tim's coming in though. Abed has to be a little bit careful. It's going to be super obvious if Armel just charges at him though. So you gotta be careful about what they do. Oh, and Cuckoo actually manages to snag himself a nice fat Helm of the Dominator last hit there. Couple of wards. Oh, that's such support life. It's your second CS. It's 125 gold. You're feeling good. Better buy some wards. No arcane boot aspirations. No wand. Just gotta do the right thing for the team. DJ's up on the high ground. 3-on-3 on the mid lane. Who will they catch first? They run straight up. DJ still with the Sandstorm. Still with the Burst Strike. Abed chasing. Tim's over in the trees. Armel getting slowed down. Won't really be able to come over here and help, but Cuckoo just a little bit too tanky. Just some damage being traded around the place. What's going on over here? Envy, you just dead to Sam H? Hello? Why are you going for runes? Alright. I don't know what that was, but sure. He was just completely caught out in no man's land. Popped the doppelganger once, it looks like. And then got run down. There wasn't even a lasso. It was just, hey, I'm fireflied. And I guess Envy's TP was also on cooldown. Looks like he maybe used it a little bit earlier to come over here and shrine, and then got caught. Something like that. But now he has to wait a little bit before he can head back down bottom. And Sam H already in 900 gold towards whatever that first item for him is going to be. I would guess just the Blink Dagger first. He is pretty much the sole initiator for his team, so Blink seems like a sensible choice. And Fnatic don't have an insane amount of counter initiation against the Blink Lasso. I mean, there's the Chaotic Offering or a Blink Burrow, but those are both fairly hefty commitments. Top tower is taking a lot of damage. Satyr Banisher is up here. Raven does have a spin TP, so I doubt he dies, but they're really just trying to force him back. He didn't even... Yeah. Hasn't even used the Omni Slash yet. Just no real opportunity. Especially with that Dominated creep floating around. This thing's got 1500 health. What do you do? They're going on Envy again. Doppelganger coming off cooldown in 1 second's time. They don't have the lasso. They're bouncing him around. He should be able to survive this, I think. Still has some wand charges. Tims might try and snipe him down with the Shadow Realm. Pi also here with the heals, and DJ now arriving. Sam H going to try and escape over the trees. But he's actually willing to keep on fighting. This Firefly's still going to last a little bit longer. Has a couple of wand charges and the mango if he needs the mana. And he's going to be able to go and grab a couple of runes. Actually, over at mid, Abed getting spun down. Raven making the rotation. Looks like they won't even need the Omni for this. The Blade Fury damage and one more swipe is enough. Nice rotation from TNC. Getting something, at least, out of losing their top tier 1 tower. Universe is the most farmed hero in the game, though. So, going to be going straight Dominator into a pipe. Yeah, pretty solid pipe game. Envy's still struggling. Doesn't even have his Ring of Aquila just yet. And Samich going to say hello. He's got that haste rune. Pilot going to do his best with the heal. Got the Doppelganger. Does he run forward into the Bramble? He does not. Sam H still staying on top of him, but he's taking some damage. Should be able to find an opportunity to salve up before too long. Envy just trying to run around in circles, avoiding the Batrider, but there's no escape really. Abed comes in now though. Cuckoo almost dead. Envy drops. And they actually finish chasing this kill. Nice flame breaker to knock him back a little bit. 3, 2, 1 on the Breathe Fire. Cuckoo dead to that. So ends up being a 1-for-1. Mid tower taking a fair chunk of damage as well. DJ comes in to defend.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, Envy is definitely on struggle street. And here's the other thing. I worry about the playmaking potential of the Darkster. He's farmed, sure, but his plan now is he's going to sit up here. He's got this ward to protect him, and now he's just going to farm. He's doing economic damage, but whether or not he's going to find any kills is another matter. It is annoying, though, for TNC, since they haven't managed to take this tier 1 tower themselves. So Fnatic should be building up a net worth lead in the next couple of minutes. DJ even kind of preparing for this, going for that build that we saw him go for in the previous game, picking up the 2 points in the Sandstorm. So I imagine the idea is that Universe is taking some of this farm, and then the Tri-Camp kind of belongs to DJ so that he can get his Blink. Armo getting active early. Doesn't have the Shadow Blade or the Blink yet. They are hunting for a kill. Tim's no level 6. How many points do they have up in the combo? 7 out of 8. Universe actually breaks the smoke from behind, and it looks like TNC haven't realized what's going on. They spot him now, but I think Universe is way too tanky, and DJ's also coming in to help out. Universe going to pop that hood, still surviving. Nice burst strike through onto 2 from DJ. Universe taking damage, looks for the turnaround, gets the vacuum back. Who else is coming in? It's Raven with the heal. Cuckoo arrives with the Stolen Breeze Fire. They will finally bring down Universe. They've got the Terrorize, sending Abed scattering. DJ with that Arcane Rune wants to go back in, but it will just end up being a 1-for-0. Sam H still not willing to let Envy have any breathing room down here. He has to be careful about how he times this. There is a lasso. Sam H is just going to go for the kill. He's also got the Flame Break. Envy doppels out. Still getting stuck up, and he's solo killed. Alright. Over at mid lane. Armel in the midst of things, but he gets the toss back onto Abed straight into the Bedlam. He's isolated. Cuckoo doesn't have anything off cooldown. He's got the mana, but not... At least he got the cooldown, but not the mana for anything. Armel's being chased. Avalanche to open up space, but now the Hellburst Smasher's coming forward. DJ, super long-range burst strike, as they will finish that kill. And Fnatic will also grab themselves a tier 1 tower. So we've got the 4v4 game of Dota happening on the top side of the map. We've got the 1v1 that Envy is currently losing down on the bottom side. Sam H even feeling confident to just grab himself a drum after the start that he's had. We have two insanely farmed offlaners in this game. Only 500 gold for DJ towards his blink. That's even with those two tier 1 towers taken down. I don't think he's actually managed to sit in. No, he hasn't actually hit too many creeps. Just 10 CS to his name. But has been making those successful rotations around with the Burrow Strike. Armel getting run at. Stage 4, they get the Dragon Tail off. There's a little bit of help coming around the corner. Do they have the Terrorize? No, it's on cooldown in the Bramble Maze. Helping out. Armel's still pretty tanky. They're going to drop the Chaotic Offering. Cuckoo steals the Vacuum. Drags everybody together. They've actually got the stun follow-up as well. Tim's now finally has to Terrorize back off cooldown. Sam H is trapped. He's fairly tanky, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to keep him alive. That drum will end up saving him, and they lose DJ as that toss finishes him down on the low ground. I think they just lobbed that mud golem at him.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
This
tower
game's getting
is
real
under
weird.
attack.
Raven just picked up a Yasha. He's farming his way towards Battle Fury now. Abed did go for a hood. I guess he doesn't want to risk dying to any tiny combos or anything, but that is going to slow down his Shadow Blade a bit. So the playmaking potential for Fnatic still pretty much completely rests on DJ's shoulders, linking up with this Darkseer. It kind of sucks because I don't think Fnatic are in any position to 5-man. Which is kind of what a Darkseer with this level of farm wants to do. He wants to be like, alright team, I got 2 big aura items, I think we can win team fights, let's just go do stuff. But not so easy, really. He's got 2 cores who just kind of want to keep on farming. Raven comes in here and will scare the bejeebus out of Envy. He is very afraid. I don't know why he has a second Ring of Protection. Anywho. Alright, another Dragon Form pop, another tier 1 tower being threatened. Tim's gonna throw some spells at Abed, but there's not too much weight behind this. Universe is there with the pipe. He's also got his own hood. This Dragon Knight has an insane amount of EHP. And Fnatic might even go for 2 if TNC don't give enough respect to this. Cuckoo, what can he steal? He's still got the Vacuum. Not too useful. One more attack from Abed should be his undoing. They're gonna commit the Dragon Tail just to make sure of it. Does end up being a tier 1 for tier 1 trade, as TNC on the other side of the map are going to take out that top tier 1 tower. Universe surges himself back into a slightly better position. Raven's going to go on to the tier 2. Looks like it might just end up being towers traded. Tiny's TPing. Also have Envy TPing up. I don't know how much he can really threaten Raven though. He will just spin TP, keep the farming efficiency going. If there's one thing to say for Raven as a player, is he's a very efficient carry and very efficient farmer. DJ gonna be pretty happy with this wave. Should he get most of it? Yes. Oh, get that range creep. Yep. Almost got everything. Missed 2 creeps. Not a huge deal. Armel looks like he is going for an Echo Saber. And TNC thinking about pushing bottom. It's a little bit of a commitment with no tier 1 down here that their Juggernaut can join them to. And he did just TP out as well. So anything that they do down here can only be 4 heroes at best. There is the blink up on Sam H. I don't know if this has been revealed just yet, but the smoke coming in from Fnatic. They look towards Tim's, who will be able to get into the Shadow Realm and escape a little bit further back. Yeah, Fnatic looks like they're not going to get anything out of this, but they are creating some space for Envy. He's going to be the one to go and take up that mantle on top. He's got a bunch of space to farm over here. He's finally got his Diffusal Blade completed, and he has slowly been working his way up the net worth ranks. And this is definitely a game where the Phantom Lancer is going to become difficult to deal with. Unless they can get the lasso on him, it seems very unlikely that they'll kill him. Though they do have the Terrorize, which is very useful. Just bomb it on all of the illusions, and then a bunch of them will fade. You can AoE a little bit to identify the real one. And, they do have single target lockdown from there. Tim's even has himself a Veil of Discord. So the damage output from TNC is quite scary. They got the Veil, they got the Null Field, tiny combo. Can't underestimate the amount of damage that Batrider can do in this situation. TNC maybe learning from some of those previous games. I don't even know if they would have had time to check the replays, but making sure to smoke on top of a sentry ward this time around. There's the Chaotic Offering ready. High reminding us of that. TNC were hoping to find Envy, but he's just up in the trees. While Fnatic are sticking together and farming elsewhere. TNC might just end up backdooring this tier 1 tower. They need to be careful. They're scanning up, hoping to find someone over here. They're really keen to use the Blink Lasso, the double damage, and the Omni Slash. What can they find? They're right on top of the shrine. Are they going to pop Universe? No, they're going for Abed first. The Chaotic Offering is ready. They drag him back a little bit, but TNC may be deciding that they don't actually want this fight. Sam H going to try for the TP out. He gets vacuum canceled and looks like they are just going to leave him for dead. On the other side, Abed still chasing forward. DJ tries to get the Burrow Strike onto Tim's, won't be able to. Cuckoo with the Burrow Strike up onto the high ground, but the Chaotic Offering is perfect from Pi. Cancels both of those support TPs, and TNC, this was a rotation too far. They do end up getting that tier 1 tower over at mid, but DJ's chasing forward. Gets the Burrow Strike out, and looking like Tim's, he might actually be okay. He's ticking down, he's ticking down. The Shadow Word is not quite enough. He's Fatal Bonds, but I don't think anybody else is alive that he's stuck to. Oh, well, DJ with the Surge. Still chases it down, and that is now going to be his Blink Dagger completed. Ugh. It was the right idea for TNC, but just such an unfortunate place to run into Fnatic. If they run into them on the low ground, away from the shrine, and they're not all stacked up as 3 heroes, I think that fight goes just fine. But Raven sees that lasso and is like, nah, I'm not committing. The shrine's gonna get popped. My Omni Slash is gonna get split. So unfortunately, that is a missed rotation out of the Blink Dagger reveal for Sam H. Envy's still farming. Just going to be going for the S and Y. I don't know if he gets the GKD after that, or maybe just continues to tank up. Maybe a harder Scotty. TNC trying for a little bit of dewarding. Does Raven have his... doesn't have his Battle Fury just yet either. And Fnatic now sitting on a little... Well, I mean, just because of that fight, they're now sitting on a 2k net worth lead. They were behind a little bit in terms of experience. They've been playing a bit more 5-man than TNC have. And TNC are undeterred. This is their signature move. They're going to keep on going for these smokes. They're going to keep on looking for the kills. Where they're going to jump on. The Universe is so goddamn tanky with the Vanguard. If they could find Envy, though, that would be great. They need to keep him chain locked down. It should be able to. The Avatar's combination. Armel splitting it up just to make sure that he can't get the Doppelganger off. They get the Vacuum Wall into the Burrow Strike. The Burrow Strike stolen by Cuckoo, though. He's going to look for the turnaround. And they've also got the Terrorize. Sam H surviving. They're now running for it. The Bedlam not really doing anything. TNC just looking to disengage. Sam H should be able to get the blink off soon. Nice team play as Cuckoo goes for the lift up. He will be able to Burrow Strike his way up onto the high ground. He's still stunned, though, by DJ. It will continue pursuit. Abed also close behind, but they don't know... Oh, they do actually know where the rest of TNC are. And they're going to back it off. Instead, they want Armel, who is in big trouble. TNC coming over to try and bail him out as quickly as they possibly can. He's fairly tanky. There's the Brambles down. He gets the stun out onto 2. He tosses Universe back. He's tanky, but I don't think he's tanky enough. He's caught with the Curse Crown. Spun down. Abed now lifted. Fnatic's turn to feed 1 by 1 by 1. He will get the Shadow Blade out. Do they not have any detection? They got nothing. Oh. Pilot dying up on the high ground. Sam H chasing him down. Okay. It looked not so great when the Tiny got caught, but with no Phantom Lance here, they don't actually have that much damage. How much magic resist does Tiny have at this point? 10.4%. He doesn't even have any magic resist items. He just straight up has 10.4% magic resist from his strength. There you go. I mean, I guess technically Echo Saber and Strength Treads are both magic resist items at this point, but Armel surviving for ages and just so difficult to go on. And even Universe with all of his kind of tanky items was still successfully brought down, but like we talked about, there's the Veil, there's the offensive Null Field, all of this magical damage is actually doing a lot. And Raven is apparently just made of DDs. He's got yet another one here. Fnatic wanting to go for Roshan. Envy's also picked up a Hood of Defiance. I don't know if I like this answer. The Chaotic Offering is back off cooldown. Fnatic committing for this, but TNC are aware. They throw the Flame Break in there. Looks like they know what's going on. Scan is going to reveal Tim's up here on the high ground. They've also got Vision on him. Brambles get thrown in. There's also the Terrorize available. Fnatic need to be careful about what they do here. They can pop the Dragon Form. Armel not completely full on HP, but wants to try and go in. Envy jumps out of the pit. Tim straight into the Shadow Realm. They've got the lasso. It's actually on the real Envy, but the fight is split. The Chaotic Offering straight back into the vacuum. TNC, can they survive? They need to get the Terrorize off. The Healing Ward is helping them out, and DJ is actually getting spun down. Raven doesn't have the Omni Slash yet, but one more crit will finish it. Tim's just barely gets that Terrorize off, but Universe is going to keep on running up on the high ground. They did end up losing the Batrider, getting isolated from his team. Mass buybacks coming through. Batrider, the Rubik, and the Sand King all returning to this fight. SamH still trying to take this northern angle. Can he actually get the Aegis snipe? He's going to try for it. The flame break knockback. It's just about to die. He doesn't even go for the blink in. Raven runs in there. He's not going to get the Roshan last hit. He just straight up dies. TNC not being very disciplined about how they try and contest this Roshan. And in their panic, they are going to lose that fight. Lose their Jug. Wasted buyback on the Batrider. Aegis now in the hands of Envy. Along with that Roshan last hit, and SamH getting caught out again. Envy goes straight onto him, and that's a little bit of payback for that laning stage. Batrider down. And with that, SamH getting bumped all the way down the net worth ladder. Could this be the story of the third game? In the first game, it was the Nature's Prophet getting picked and not working. In the second game, it was the Terrorblade getting picked and not really working out. And maybe game 3, it's going to be SamH's signature Batrider that doesn't actually end up doing as much as they were expecting. Fnatic now with a 3k net worth lead. The Omnislash did not go off in that last fight. If TNC get a better initiation, lasso and isolate somebody and then manage to use the Omnislash, things certainly go much better for them, but that team fight was just a mess. Like, there's the wall here, everybody was just stacked on top of each other. TNC, they're pretty single target focused. They really want to burst down one hero. They don't want the Bedlam getting split among everybody. They don't want the Omnislash getting split. They really just want to pick that one hero off. And Fnatic are going to make that hard. They're tanking up a lot. Dragon Knight's going to have a BKB before too long. What do we got? Universe not... Oh, it does finish the Crimson Guard. And now going to be going back for some Arcane Boots and a Blink. Up that combo potential with the Sand King, DJ. A little bit of a slow start farm-wise, but now almost has his 4-staff. Fnatic. They get that tier 2 pretty much completely for free. It does cost them a Dragon Knight ultimate, but not necessarily a huge resource at this stage. Raven still a ways away from his next item, though. Holding on to the #1 net worth spot. Tiny has a BKB, which is certainly going to help out his contribution in these fights, though his sustained damage is not amazing. Still very much on Raven being actually able to stand an auto attack. And he's just going to be going for a blink. Try and follow up a little bit better on the SamH Batrider initiations. And Envy is now #1 net worth on his team. Check it out. Did not do that amazingly on the Terrorblade in the previous game, but recovering fantastically on the PL. And it turns out that the way that Fnatic chose to set their lanes, working out great. TNC, that pressure not really amounting to anything. Universe is going to come running in here. Can he get the vacuum out onto a couple? It's only on one. They've got the Burst Strike follow-up, the Chaotic Offering. Now they're canceling Raven's TP. The Terrorizer is going to send them back. He pops the Omnislash, but it's just getting completely soaked, doing absolutely nothing. Now Tims is in trouble. They've got the chain stun for Raven. They're looking for both kills at the same time, and they are going to get them. Fnatic arriving with all 5 heroes. And now should just be able to easily 5-man down the bottom side of the map. As soon as Fnatic start 5-manning, I don't know if there's anything that TNC can do. They're all about pickoffs. They picked this Batrider. The Tide got banned. They banned the Underlord themselves. And now Fnatic are in a situation where they can just exploit that. 8k ahead. Envy is going to start chopping wood on that high ground. Still has a minute and a half remaining on the Aegis. TNC can't even get in there with the Firefly to clear the wave. Kuku gets the lift back up. They will end up losing Pi on the backlines. Armel jumping in. But now he's somewhat isolated. Envy's just diving. He kills off the Rubik. Takes a little bit of revenge for Pi. That's caught by the Cursed Crown, but I don't think they have enough damage to finish him off. Lift does get popped, but still 15 seconds to go on the Juggernaut. And Abed's not backing down. Envy's still sticking around here on the front lines. Universe a little bit low on mana, but does have his Arcane Boots. Keep everybody sustained. SamH has the lasso, but now he's just getting caught by Envy, and there's no counter initiation. A little bit of help from Armel is not going to be enough. Raven already putting down the healing ward, trying to help. Armel pops the BKB. Fnatic getting caught inside the brambles, but they're still very strong. Envy considering the re-engage. DJ still has the epicenter and a blink burrow. The sustain from Fnatic is just way too good. They now find the opportunity onto Tims. He doesn't have anything to get the vacuum together into the burrow strike. Armel's trapped. Kuku just barely manages to slink out the side, but Tims is already dead. Abed grabs him with the Dragon Tail. They run him down. Everyone on Fnatic still so healthy. Envy will end up losing the Aegis, but he only had another 20 seconds or so on it anyway. And Fnatic easily claim the one-laner axe. They can't swing straight over to mid, but it just doesn't seem like TNC have any way to push them out of the base.
has fallen.
They got 2 hoods and a pipe, and they just can't die, really. I don't know what more there is to say. I think even if TNC get to cast all of their spells, Fnatic probably don't die. Well, there you go. I trash-talked the Darkseer. I was wondering about his impact on this game. Turns out Universe, all of these items, the exact right thing that Fnatic needed to be able to take these fights. They picked the Warlock early. I feel like Fnatic showed very clearly what they wanted to do. They wanted to have the teamfight superiority this game, and TNC's kind of run-at-you pick-off style not working out when Fnatic don't really split up too much. They split Envy off to go and do his own thing, but everybody else kind of just played together. We saw Universe grouped up next to Abed a whole bunch. That's what got them this turnaround over here. Mid lane. There's a bunch of Envy illusions here. It's a 5-on-5 brewing. They're going to jump in. They really want this kill. Can they get it? I don't even know if they've lasted him successfully. He's being feared backwards. Universe is already in there. He's got the double kill. Armel's going to be next. They pop the Omni Slash, but the Crimson Guard, along with all of the sustain, they're just way too tanky. They do get the toss back. Looks like Armel might survive. Raven going to try for a very optimistic TP out, and Cuckoo's had enough. 29 minutes in, they will end up calling the GG, and Fnatic will now be 1 step away from claiming this GESC Thailand SEA qualifiers. TNC, I don't know, it looked good in the beginning, Sam H having such a good